On this channel, we are often advocating for cyclists. But did you know that cyclists can be dicks too? For example, this path over here is meant to be shared space between pedestrians and other users of soft mobility. But cyclists often present themselves like they're in charge of it. This is most visible on this section over here, where we have a bridge that connects the city that is divided by the canal, and also is an important link between the tram station and the metro station on the other side. And that's why you often see people, especially elderly people, children, people carrying stuff, waiting over there and struggling to cross this path so they can access the bridge. Because of the flying cyclists who always pretend like they're somewhere in a rush or in a hurry, or they're the only one that are busy. I'm using this path every day when I go on work, and what I'm trying to do, how I can fix this, is that I'm always listening if there is a large group of bicyclists. If there is a large group of cyclists, then of course you just keep going. But often you can just hear that there is not a lot of cyclists around you, and then you can just turn around, see that there's not many people around you, cyclists going fast, and then you can start slowly slowing down if you, on a certain distance, notice that people are waiting to cross on the bridge or on the crosswalk. And very important thing, eye contact. It's a key. Make a goddamn eye contact with the pedestrian. You are watching Stripping Architecture, and in this episode we'll show you 5 common study cases where everyone actually is behaving like a dick to the pedestrians. But we're also gonna show you a way how, with a little tweak, you can undick these issues. Undick. Is that a word?
Restaurants in the city, they are very important. They do animate our streets, and having a terrace outside is quite interesting concept. But on the other hand, it should be well thought. For example, not building the terrace with solid objects quite massive, it works like an obstacle on the sidewalk, not welcoming you even to walk around. We don't have to forget about the accessibility for pedestrian with all needs. Wheelchair, elderly people, families with kids. For example, here you get squeezed between the terrace, bicycles, motorcycle, etc. So you can't get 2 people walking at the same time. It's pretty tricky. So please don't get us wrong. Terraces outside are very nice, very welcoming, but it should be deeply thought and respectful for everybody who's using the street.
Well, this is actually a classic dick move. As you can see throughout the time, since 2009, the restaurant had a little platform so that the ground can be flattened and appropriate for sitting. Also, there was a lighter fence to work as a barrier. We're not sure from what, but you know, people landmarking territories. But in 2017, the sidewalk has been properly repaved so that the platform was no longer needed. However, it looks like during COVID in 2019, they have installed these bulky objects that are not appropriating the space, but they're really privatizing it. Well, the solution is just one walk away. You see, this bar made some effort, went around for a better solution, or maybe consulted the municipality, and somehow they managed to acquire these parking spots and expand their sitting place there. So this place looks a lot more comfier and inviting for everyone, and not only for the customers of the bar.
So indeed, in one of the most chic and elitist streets in Brussels, you expect a nice promenade and walking friendly street. But we have found that the car is growing here insanely without any limit. So as you can see here, they have designated a very big chunk for parking spots between the street and the sidewalk, and yet the car has taken almost half of the sidewalk. And this is what we find it abnormal.
Did you know that according to many studies and research papers, in the last 100 years the average size of the car has been enlarged for astonishingly 65%?
So for example, as well, we are like surprised to finding here a Tesla. Nice Tesla, even is like taking, this is the electrical car. So replacing the car with electricity doesn't mean solving the issue. Nice walk on Molière Street, on the sidewalk, and then all of a sudden you get the cars which they are parking on top of the sidewalk. What do you have to do in this case? Just turn left and continue, or go back and reclaim your sidewalk? Talk to the municipality, do something. Or what happens if we do park the other way around? If you park like this is actually what we try to explain, that you have a sidewalk and you have a car parking lot. Imagine that a bicycle user will park half of his bike over here on the sidewalk and the other half on the street side. How the car's owners will react? They will go nuts. They will call the police on you. You see, this is the width of the sidewalk. Almost 1/3 of it has been taken by a car. Is this normal again? Imagine this 1/3 of the parking spot for cars is taken from the cars. What will happen?
Of course, there are many solutions for this issue, and actually the whole street can be redesigned, but a simple cheap tweak is just changing the parking method from perpendicular to angle parking.
What do you think about it? Is it our basic right to reclaim the sidewalk? We're not talking about the street, neither the parking spot, or let the car grow without any control. You know what? It will be great if our cities are filled with green zones and places to sit. Like this nice pocket green park. Let's have a look. It's beautiful. The intention is great to get more nature and biodiversity in the city, but they have forgot about very important issue, the bench. A little advice, just don't forget to carry your mattress or little chair in order to chill in such nice little pocket green parks. See you. This sidewalk slash bicycle lane mingle together and they goes under the umbrella of shared space. You can see it here clearly on the sign. But in reality, what they have done is like they did pave the whole space in two different materials. A smooth pavement for cyclists, of course, to make it more comfy, and for the pedestrian, they did it with kind of pavement tile stuff. In theory, I have the right to walk everywhere, here and there. But what happens in reality that when you have cyclists coming very fast, they go mad on you as a pedestrian because they think it's their own space, which is not true. So again, it's a great concept, but there is a very bad execution, and people should maybe know to learn how to live in a city and share the space among each other, cyclist slash pedestrian. Sidewalks should be safe, and here they did really give attention to protect pedestrian by planting these poles. But we are questioning ourselves, why these poles that should protect us from cars not being planted on the street? No, they have put it on the sidewalk as if we need more obstacles to be added on the pedestrian side. And again, who's suffering and paying the invoice? Pedestrian and pedestrian and pedestrians. A good example of planting these traffic poles, like here, they managed to install them on the street, and you have kind of a decent sidewalk to walk through.
And as we always do, a little sketch reflection with our illustration that you see over here. Our point is that maybe for many of you these little obstacles may look like they're marginal and unimportant. But on the other hand, when you're an active user of the sidewalk, if you pile up all these little obstacles and details, they actually create a long chain of obstacles that make the basic right of movement difficult. And that's why we have to worry about this and try to change these little things, because yes, if you're just walking, maybe they're problematic a little bit, but there are many different scenarios how people are using the sidewalks, and we have to be very considerative. Thank you very much for tuning in, share your thoughts in the comment section, subscribe, and see you in the next episode every week. Bye bye.